The images of Australia that we often see in travel magazines and social media are of beautiful beaches, kangaroos jumping in the red desert, or a life of leisure with year-round sunshine. But is that the whole truth about Australia? Behind the sparkling images lies a completely different reality. An Australia where the high cost of living is squeezing families, where Indigenous people still face discrimination, where asylum seekers are forced into solitary confinement. Today I take you to explore the hidden side of Australia, a place where many people are struggling to survive. If you're ready, leave key 1 so we can explore the beaches and kangaroos together. Australia is a vast country located in Oceania, with an area of about 7.7 million square kilometers, making it the 6th largest country in the world. Stretching from the Indian Ocean to the Pacific Ocean, Australia has a diverse landscape, from vast deserts in the center, tropical rainforests in the north to stunning beaches along a coastline of more than 25,000 kilometers. The country has 6 states and 2 main territories, with major cities such as Sydney, Melbourne, and Brisbane located on the coast. Due to its large area and small population, Australia is famous for its clean environment, diverse wildlife, and high quality of life. Australia's natural beauty is one of the most unique and diverse in the world, attracting millions of visitors each year. The country boasts a variety of majestic landscapes, from long stretches of clear blue beaches to mysterious red deserts. One of the most famous natural wonders is the Great Barrier Reef, the world's largest coral ecosystem, stretching more than 2,300 kilometers along the Queensland coast. It is home to thousands of rare marine species such as clownfish, manta rays, sea turtles, and hammerhead sharks, attracting scientists and divers from all over the world. In addition to the vast ocean, Australia also has lush rainforests such as the Daintree, one of the oldest forests on the planet. This is home to many unique wildlife species such as kangaroos, koalas, echidnas, and the mysterious cassowary bird. Meanwhile, the outback region, a vast desert, brings a wild beauty with giant red rocks like Uluru, a sacred symbol of the Australian Aborigines. Along the southern coast, Tasmania Island stands out with wild nature, primeval forests, and a cool climate all year round, an ideal place to explore the rich ecosystem. With the combination of jungle, ocean, and desert, Australian nature is not only the pride of this country, but also a precious heritage of the world, contributing to the unique beauty of this continent. When people think of Australia, they often imagine modern cities like Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, or Perth, where skyscrapers reflect on the harbour, the transportation system operates smoothly, and the quality of life is rated among the best in the world. The picturesque beaches attract tourists from all over, while the rich cuisine is a harmonious combination of many immigrant cultures. In particular, coffee culture in Australia has become an indispensable part of people's daily lives. But is Australia really a promised land for everyone? Behind that glamorous image lies a little-known reality. The escalating cost of living is causing many families to struggle. Housing prices are so expensive that the dream of owning a home becomes a distant dream, while social inequality is deepening. Many communities, especially Indigenous people and low-income people, are still struggling to survive. Amid the bustling streets are slums, growing numbers of homeless people, and a very different Australia, one where not everyone gets to enjoy the life depicted on tourist postcards. Australia is known as one of the most developed economies in the world with a high GDP, But that does not mean that prosperity is shared equally. In fact, about 1 in 10 Australians still live in poverty, and even those with stable jobs struggle to cover living expenses. One of the most pressing issues is housing prices and rental costs. In Sydney, the median house price has surpassed $1 million Australian dollars, making home ownership a distant dream for many. Not only that, but rental prices are also increasing, with an average of up to $4,000 per month, while Melbourne, although cheaper, is still over $2,500. Although Australia's minimum wage is around $23 per hour, equivalent to $3,000 per month, when you add up costs such as rent, utilities, food, and transport, many people still cannot make ends meet. As a result, more and more people are homeless, even when they have stable jobs. If you find it interesting, please comment on Key 1 below so we can learn more together. You may be surprised to learn that homelessness is on the rise in Sydney and Melbourne. After the pandemic, many people lost their homes and were forced to live in cars, tents, or public car parks. It is not just the unemployed or those with addictions who are homeless, but also those with jobs. They are called working homeless. Meanwhile, support centers are overwhelmed and cannot help all those who need help. Alcohol is an integral part of Australian culture, but it also has its consequences. It has been used as a form of currency since colonial times, and after-work drinking has become a common practice. However, alcohol abuse has led to many negative consequences such as domestic violence, street fights, and serious health problems. In the northern part of Australia, many places even have alcohol ban signs to control this situation. Indigenous Australians are among the most disadvantaged communities. They face high unemployment rates, lack of access to health and education services, and much higher rates of crime and incarceration than whites. Even in modern times, Australia has not formally recognized Indigenous peoples in its constitution. A 2023 referendum on the creation of an Indigenous Representative Council was rejected by a majority of voters. Australia prides itself on being a multicultural nation, but its immigration system has its dark side. Asylum seekers are sent to isolated detention camps on remote islands like Nauru, where living conditions are deplorable. Human rights groups like the United Nations and Amnesty International have repeatedly criticized the policy, but the Australian government has defended it on the grounds of protecting the border. Before the arrival of Europeans, Australia was home to Indigenous people for over 60,000 years. They had a rich culture closely connected to nature. But when the British arrived in the 18th century, everything changed. Australia was turned into a penal colony, where Britain sent thousands of convicts to explore the land. Indigenous people were dispossessed of their land, murdered, and forcibly assimilated. Today, they make up less than 1% of the population and are still fighting to protect their culture and rights. Australia is not all about the paradise beaches and laid-back lifestyle that travel magazines tell us about. Behind the glamorous facade lies a challenging reality: high living costs, a widening gap between rich and poor, neglected Indigenous communities, and a controversial immigration system. Are you surprised by these unknowns? Share your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to subscribe to the channel to discover hidden corners of the world that not everyone sees.